He said he was working late for months. Then one night, he didn't come home at all. At 3 a.m., I got a text meant for someone else. She still thinks I'm at the office faced with tears of joy. I read it twice, then blocked his number. But before I left, I forwarded every message, every screenshot, to his company's HR and her fiancé. What happened the next morning? We'd been together for 5 years. Lived in a townhome just outside of Denver. 2 cars, joint checking, shared Netflix account, the usual. People called us solid. Predictable. We were the couple that brought extra chairs to the barbecue. The ones who remembered birthdays and sent thank you texts the next day. I think that's what made it easier for him to lie. Nobody suspected anything. Not even me. I used to wait up for him when he worked late. I'd make tea, turn on the porch light, text him to be careful. But after a while, those nights got more frequent. Then normal. Late meeting with a client, he'd say. Or, presentation's a mess. I gotta clean it up before morning. I didn't question it. Why would I? Until one Tuesday night, something just felt off. He didn't come home. No text. No call. Nothing. At first, I thought maybe I'd missed a message. I checked my phone, the charger, the Wi-Fi. All fine. I tried calling, it went straight to voicemail. I texted, "Hey, everything okay?" No answer. By 1 a.m., I'd already come up with a dozen explanations. His phone died. His boss made him crash at the office. Maybe he drank too much and didn't want to drive. I made it all sound reasonable in my head, like a good girlfriend would. But by 3 a.m., I wasn't buying my own stories anymore. That's when I got the text. I was lying in bed, scrolling through old photos, when it came through. Just a short line. No context. She still thinks I'm at the office faced with tears of joy. It hit me in the chest. Hard. My stomach dropped before my brain could even catch up.
He didn't mean to send it to me.
That much was obvious. It wasn't just a slip. It was a confession. A cruel little joke at my expense. I didn't move. I didn't reply. I just stared at the screen. And then I started looking. I went into our shared laptop. He hadn't logged out of anything. Gmail,
Slack,
Instagram. I opened them one by one. Careful not to scroll too fast. Careful not to shake. Her name was Claire. She worked at his company. I remembered her from the Christmas party. Pretty, loud laugh. Fiancé named Jordan. The messages were all there. DMs, emails, texts.
Plans. Jokes.
Little videos. 2 weeks ago. Let's use the downtown suite again. She never checks the card. My card. The same day. She thinks I'm with clients, lol. Every time I thought I'd seen the worst, I scrolled down and found something worse. I didn't cry. Not right away. It was like my body didn't know what to do yet. I just felt numb. Embarrassed. Stupid. Like I'd been living in a version of my life that wasn't real. I don't remember when I made the decision. It wasn't some big aha moment. It was quiet. Mechanical. I started taking screenshots.
Dozens of them.
Anything with a date, a name, a receipt. I saved them to a folder on my desktop. Then I opened his Outlook. Found the email address for HR. Attached everything. The subject line was just, for review, policy violation and conduct. Then I looked her up. Found a work email signature with her fiancé's info. Jordan. I copied his number into my phone. Texted him. Hi. I think you deserve to see this. Then I sent him everything. Every message. Every hotel confirmation. Every, she has no idea comment. I sent it all. Then I blocked my boyfriend's number. I didn't leave that night. I waited until morning. I wanted him to come home and see the silence. I wanted him to wonder what I knew, and when I knew it, when I left, I didn't slam the door. I didn't break anything or leave a dramatic note. I just put my house key on the kitchen counter and zipped up the bag I'd used for weekends at his mom's. I walked out like someone who finally stopped lying to herself. I didn't tell anyone where I went. Not right away. I drove to my friend Maddie's place in Aurora. She had no idea what was going on, just opened the door in her pajamas and said, "You okay?" I wasn't, but I nodded. For the first few days, I stayed quiet. Just worked remote from her spare room, barely spoke. Maddie gave me space. I could hear her whispering with her boyfriend in the kitchen sometimes, probably wondering what the hell happened. But she didn't push me. Then, the calls started. First, just his name lighting up on my blocked call log. Then new numbers.
Burner apps.
Emails from random addresses. The subject lines were all the same. Please just talk to me. One day, he tried to FaceTime me from his work number. That's when I knew. He still had no idea I'd sent everything to HR. I waited. I thought someone from his job might reach out. Maybe they needed clarification. Maybe they wanted to talk to me. But they didn't. Silence. That told me everything. Either they fired him, or they were handling it quietly. About a week later, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I let it ring. Then the voicemail came in. I listened with shaking hands. It was Jordan, Claire's fiancé. His voice was calm, weirdly polite. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for sending what you did. I proposed to her 3 years ago. We were supposed to get married next spring. Not anymore. Then he added, almost like he was talking to himself, it's always the ones who act the most innocent, huh? That voicemail stuck with me for days. Not because I felt good about it, but because I didn't feel anything at all. Until the knock on the door. Maddie was at work. I was alone. It was around 2 p.m. I looked through the peephole and felt my stomach twist. It was him. He looked different. Not messy, just panicked. Sweaty, like he'd been pacing for hours. Eyes red. Shirt half tucked. I didn't open the door. I just said through the wood, "You need to leave." He begged. Not loudly, in this weird, desperate whisper. Just talk to me.
Please.
Just 5 minutes. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. I almost laughed. Didn't mean for what?
To cheat?
To lie? To get caught? He said he was sorry. That he never stopped loving me. That Claire didn't mean anything. That it was just a phase. Then came the truth I hadn't expected. She told HR I harassed her. That I manipulated her. They're investigating me now. I blinked. I hadn't seen that coming. Not from Claire. Not the girl who called him babe in texts and told him she wanted to ruin the office couch. He kept talking. She's saying it was all one-sided. That I pressured her. That I made her scared to say no. I didn't say a word. Because for the first time I realized I wasn't the only one he lied to. He started crying. Full-on sobbing outside Maddie's apartment. Neighbors started peeking out. I walked away from the door. Let him cry alone. After that day, I didn't hear from him for almost 2 weeks. No texts.
No calls.
Nothing. It felt too quiet, like the calm before something worse. I started sleeping better. Not great, but better. I went back to my place once. Just to grab some things, check the mail. Everything was exactly how I'd left it, except one envelope on the floor.
No stamp.
No return address. Inside was a handwritten letter. 5 pages. Front and back. It wasn't an apology. It was a defense. He said Claire had turned on him after HR got the screenshots. That she'd panicked, claimed he manipulated her so she wouldn't lose her job or fiancé. That he was being destroyed by something they both chose. He kept saying the word both. Like I'd understand. Like I'd sympathize. The last page was what got me. He wrote, "If I go down for this, it's not just my career, it's my whole life. I need you to fix this. You know me. Please." I read that line 3 times. Fix this? After 5 years of lies, that's what he wanted me to do? Fix his mess? I almost threw the letter away, but something made me hold on to it. I tucked it back into the envelope and shoved it into my drawer. I didn't hear anything else until one night Maddie came home with takeout and said, "You've seen this, right?" She handed me her phone. Twitter. A local thread from someone in Denver's real estate industry.
Anonymous tips.
Screenshots. A whisper network. There was a post titled, "Don't date guys like this. Especially not if they work at Parker and Green." And under it, a blurred photo. Him. I recognized the suit. The bar. The woman sitting next to him. Not Claire. Someone else. The replies were brutal. People calling out behavior. Stories that matched. Other women. One even said he'd promised to leave his girlfriend for her. That was me. I didn't comment. Didn't repost. Just sat there for a long time, staring at a version of him I didn't know existed, or maybe never wanted to see. A few days later, I got an email from HR, simple, short. Thank you for providing those materials. An internal review was conducted and appropriate action has been taken. That was it. No details. No follow-up. I didn't need one. But then came the last twist. Jordan messaged me again. He wanted to meet. I met Jordan in a quiet coffee shop downtown. We didn't talk much. Just shared a table, stared at our drinks, and sat with the weird silence between two people who knew they'd both been lied to in different ways. Before he left, he said, I don't think either of us will ever get an apology that means anything. I nodded because he was right. And as I watched him walk out, I realized I didn't want closure. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted to stop pretending I was okay with being second to someone's secret. And the worst part is, I think I saw it a long time ago. I just didn't want it to be true.